carbon compounds. So this chapter mainly they discussing about carbon and compounds. Carbon and its compounds. Yes. So what you studied in 10th standard, carbon and its compounds. So you know what is the meaning of catenation, covalent bond, isomerism, types of reactions. These all we studied in class 10th standard. Again, we are reading in this chapter also. Some more detail, extra points also they are adding. Okay, na? Yes. So listen here. It is a branch of organic chemistry deals with the study of carbon compounds. Only carbon compounds alone it was discussing. Now listen. The simplest organic compound containing carbon and hydrogen only. So are called hydrocarbons. Name only the hydrocarbon, nothing but hydrogen and carbon. The simplest organic compound containing carbon and hydrogen only. So these are called hydrocarbons. According to the vital force theory, according to vital force theory, organic compounds cannot be prepared in the lab artificially. So, according to vital force theory, organic compounds cannot be prepared in the laboratory. We have doubt. What is the vital force theory? Nothing but, so you are preparing any organic compound in laboratory. So you can use organic reagents. With help of organic reagents, you can prepare organic compounds. But some will with help of inorganic compounds also you can prepare organic compounds. That only they given. Ammonia cyanate. Ammonia ammonium cyanate, that is inorganic compound. With the help of inorganic compound, yes, you can prepare urea. Urea is organic compound, CONH2 twice. Okay, na? Urea is the first organic compound is prepared in the lab by Holler. Okay, na? Holler scientist first prepared organic compound is urea with lab techniques. What is there? With the help of ammonium cyanate, they prepared urea. But first organic compound prepared from its elements, nothing but with the help of organic compound, they prepared organic compound, that is acetic acid or acetic acid, CH3COOH. Listen carefully. These 2 points very very important. Many times they ask question in entrance exam also, NEET and JEE also. That's why even nowadays we are having MCQs type test. That's why it will be useful, important for the MCQs type. Based on MCQ type, you can prepare. That's why. Listen here, question what is there? Urea is the first organic compound prepared in the lab with the help of inorganic reagents. Inorganic reagent nothing but they are taking ammonium cyanate is inorganic reagent. With the help of inorganic compound they prepared urea compound. Urea is organic compound. But first organic compound prepared with the help of its elements, nothing but with the help of organic elements, with the help of organic compound, that is acetic acid. So here what I am saying finally. So first organic compound with the help of organic reagent is acetic acid. Before that, okay na, with the help of inorganic compounds, they prepared organic compound, that is urea. So it was proposed by Kolb, that is given both also. Urea compound is prepared by Polar scientist. Acetic acid is prepared by Kolb scientist. Second organic compound is prepared from its elements in the lab, that is methane, CH4. So it was prepared by Bartlett is given. Next one is the ability of carbon atom to form long chains or rings is known as catenation. Catenation is there. So the ability of carbon atom to form long chains, to form long chains or rings is known as catenation. Is known as catenation. Important definition. Next one is carbon compounds are, they have what is like having in number, nothing but due to what is that maximum catenation capacity, tetravalency, isomerism, and carbon has tendency to form multiple bonds. So one is the maximum catenation capacity of carbon. Next one is the tetravalency of carbon. Isomerism in organic compounds. Carbon has tendency to form multiple bonds. Should form multiple bonds also they given. Next one is first listen the basics. We can follow our NCERT book. What is given? Look at here. Okay, na? Listen here. Organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. So whatever basics and techniques are also the discussing. Listen here. After studying this chapter, what you will be able to do. Listen here. Understand reasons for the tetravalency of carbon and its shape of organic compound. Nothing but they're discussing about tetravalency and shape of organic compounds you can identify. Write the structures of organic molecules in various methods. So based on many structures will be there. We know until now Lewis structure. So we have many type of structures will be there in this chapter. Next one is the classification of the organic compounds. So how organic compound they classified, how the carbon compound they classified, and the name of the organic compounds according to IUPAC. Help of give the organic compounds. What is the name of the compounds? Understand the concept of organic mechanism, the reaction mechanism. Nothing but you can able to understand how to write the organic reactions. What is the mechanism also? Next one. Explain the influence of electron displacement. Electron displacement on structure reactivity of organic compounds. Okay, na? So you can explain here what is the structure and what is the reactivity of organic compound that is discussing. Next one is you can study about purification techniques also. Purification techniques and write the chemical reactions involved in the quantitative analysis of organic compounds also you can study. Okay, na? Next one is understand the principles and involved in the quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis also analysis of organic compounds. So those things also you can able to yes. So main nomenclature and types of organic reactions. Next one is you can see the techniques or the principles of organic compounds. What is the purification techniques? Those all things also you can study in this chapter. Okay, now? Yes. Now listen here. The previous unit we have learned that the element carbon has unique properties called catenation. So due to the which it form covalent bonds with other carbon atoms. It will form with help of other carbon atoms covalent bonds. It is also forms covalent bond with other elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and halogens also. The resulting organic compounds are studied under the separate branches of chemistry is called organic chemistry. So this unit incorporates of some basic principles, techniques, and analysis is required to understand the formation of and properties of organic compound. So for understanding those things, so we are reading extra thing is what is the basic principles, techniques, and analysis also. Now listen here. General organic chemistry, like general, what is the introduction? So organic compounds are vital for you know in our like what is the daily life? What is the like here? Main thing is here DNA is that is DNA nothing but you can see the here complex molecules like genetic formation, genetic information about the given DNA and properties, the consistence, essential compounds of our body, muscles and skin. Yes. So organic compounds appear in the materials like clothing, fuels, polymers, dyes, and medicines. So these are some important areas of application of these compounds. So what is the main uses? The carbon compounds containing in our body, human body also containing, and plants also containing, and they given. Okay, now human body nothing but containing main blood, muscles, skin. Okay, now, and some other materials also. What is there? Polymers you can take, and fuels, dyes. These all things also you can take. Okay, na? Yes. Since organic chemistry is about 200 years old, around the year 1780. 1780. Yes, 1 minute. Total 88 members joined. Very good. Ajay Krishna, you can join in time. So you are joining late. Okay, na? Late joining or not accept. Please join in time. Yes. Very good. Let's listen. So listen. Since organic chemistry is about 200 years old, around the year when they started 1780. Okay, na? Chemists began to distinguish between the organic compounds obtained from plants and inorganic compounds prepared from mineral sources. Okay, na? Yes, listen. You people studied in first chapter about matter how they classified, physical classification and chemical classification. Based on chemical classification, again they classified into two types: pure substance and mixtures. Under pure, we are studying about elements and compounds. So compounds condition, we have organic compounds and inorganic compounds. So organic compounds made up of, yes, cells. That is living organisms will be there. Inorganic is non-living organisms. Yes. So here's the listen. So organic compounds obtained from plants and animals, and inorganic compounds prepared from mineral sources. Yes. Bergelius and yes, first that was the vital force was responsible for the formation of organic compounds. However, this notation was rejected in 1828 when Hollery synthesized an organic compound is organic compound. So urea from an inorganic compound, that is ammonium cyanate. Understood? So vital force theory was responsible for the formation of organic compound. So vital force theory, what they're saying means, with help of organic reagent, you can prepare organic compound. But first to synthesize the organic compound is urea with help of ammonium cyanate. Ammonium cyanate is inorganic compound. So that it was failure. Nothing but it was not applicable for the vital force theory. That's why we are not considering the urea compound. When from in 1828, so Holler scientist Holler synthesized an organic compound. Yes. Next one is listen. Just 1 minute. Yes. So organic compounds could be synthesized from inorganic source in laboratory also they give it. Yes. Listen here. Tetravalency of carbon. The carbon containing tetravalency. Like they're discussing about shape of the organic compound. So listen here. The knowledge of fundamental concept of molecular structure helps to understanding and predicting the properties of organic compounds. You have already learned theories of valency bond theory and molecular structure theory in unit 4 chemical bonding chapter. So we are already know that tetravalency of carbon and the formation of covalent bonds. But it was explained in terms of electronic configuration and the hybridization of s and p orbitals. It may be recalled that the formation and shape of the molecules like methane, ethane, methane, ethene you can take, ethane. These are organic compounds, basic organic compounds, are explained in terms of the uses of electron configuration and hybridization. Okay, na? Yes. Hybridization. What is the meaning of hybridization? The intermixing of atomic orbitals. So already you know atomic orbitals. What is there? SPD of orbitals will be there. That is normal atomic orbitals. When it was intermixing with each other, nothing but yes, s orbital will be intermixing. S orbital, p orbital will be going to intermixing, and s and p and d also. So when atomic orbital will be intermixing, it will form hybrid orbitals. It will form hybrid orbitals. So main this chapter we are studying only carbon compounds, nothing but carbon. What is the valence having? Tetravalence, nothing but only 4. Nothing but more maximum we can intermix 4 atomic orbitals only, not more than that. That's why we are studying here only maximum 4, like sp, sp2, sp3. That's all. Not there sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3, like that. This is not there. D orbitals will be not studying. Only s and p orbitals only. Be careful. Listen, okay, I can remember that point. So what I'm saying here, electronic configuration explained in terms of its electron configuration and hybridization of s and p orbitals. Okay, na? Yes. It may be recalled that information about the shape and molecules of like methane, ethene, ethane. So this compound already is given in chemical bonding chapter also. Once again, you can recall. Yes. Now listen. Yes, listen. Hybridization influence the bond strength, and bond enthalpy in compounds. Bond strength nothing but bond energy also they're discussing. The sp hybrid orbitals contain more s character, and hence it is closer to its influence. It is closer to its nucleus and forms shorter and stronger bonds. Then the sp3 hybrid orbital. Next one is the sp2 hybrid orbital will be intermediate in s character between sp and sp3. Hence, the length and enthalpy of bond its formation and also intermediate between them, and also intermediate between them. Yes. The change in hybridization affects the electronegativity of carbon. The greater the s character of the hybrid orbital, the greater is the electronegativity. Very, very important. Again, I am recalling. Listen here. The greater the s character, hybridization is effect of the electronegativity of carbon. Greater is the s character of the hybrid orbital, greater is the electronegativity. Yes. Now listen here. Carbon atom having sp hybridization. Yeah, carbon atom having sp hybridization condition. So here sp hybridization condition, s character will be 50%, p character will be 50%. Which condition? In sp hybridization. Like that you can see the other compounds also. What is there? sp2 condition. Yes, we have 25% is there. Yes, we have 33%. P have 77% is there. We have 67% is there. Like that. So what I am saying here, greater the s character of hybrid orbital, greater is the electronegativity. So which is having more electronegativity, more s character. More s character will be there, more electronegativity. This point very important. Based on this point, they will ask MCQ questions. So they will provide like sp, sp2, sp3. In these three compounds, which is having more electronegativity compound. So already I told na, based on s character can say which compound will be more electronegativity. So sp having more s character, that will be more electronegativity comparing with sp2 and sp3 also. Yes. Next one is some characteristic features of pi bond. You know sigma bond and pi bond. Sigma bond is strong bond, pi bond is weak bond. Sigma bond is sidewise overlapping. The end-to-end overlapping. Pi bond is sidewise overlapping is there. Yes. It is given about only pi bonds. Listen here. In a pi bond formation, parallel orientation of the two p orbitals. Yes. So it is necessary for proper sidewise overlapping. So how it was going overlapping atomic orbitals. Just I will draw. You can check it in screen. Okay na? Yes. So here atomic orbitals will be intermixing. So how it was intermixing? So intermixing they given two types. One is sidewise overlapping. Next one is they given end to end overlapping. Okay na? Yes. So this is one end. This is another end. So between there over is there end to end overlapping. We form sigma bond. Otherwise, this is one atomic orbital. Next one is this is another atomic orbital. Both also overlapping. Is sideways overlapping. Then form pi bond. So here each condition form sigma bond. So this condition formation is there pi bond. If you having doubt, once again recall the chemical bonding chapter. Thus, in CH2 molecule condition, all the almost then all the atoms must be same plane. Nothing but the p orbitals are mutually parallel, and both the p orbitals will be perpendicular to the plane of the molecule. Perpendicular to the plane of the molecule, and rotation of one CH2 group will be there. Okay, na? Fragmenting with respect to other interference. Nothing but there will be rotation also there. Overlapping will be there. Nothing but such rotation about carbon-carbon double bond is restricted. So the electron charge cloud of pi bond is located above and below the plane. So bonding atoms. So thus the result in the electrons being easily available in the attracting reagents. And generally pi bonds provide the most reactive centers in the molecule containing multiple bonds. Okay na? When comparing with the yes multiple bonds condition, they're giving yes. Listen here. So when pi bond provides the most reactive center in the molecule containing multiple bonds. So sigma bonds, pi bonds will be there. Pi bonds will be most reactive center. Listen here. Question how they ask based on the sigma and pi bonds. Listen question. How many sigma and pi bonds are present in the each of the following molecule? So in this molecule, they given two molecules. Each of the following molecules containing how many sigma bonds and pi bonds? Yes, we have doubt. How we can identify sigma bond or pi bond? Okay, na? When between two atoms, between two atoms. For example, carbon, carbon. One bond that is sigma bond. Two bonds will be the double bond. Three bonds will be the triple bond. Okay, na? So one bond is there that is sigma. Two bonds will be there between two atoms. One is sigma, next one is pi bond. One is sigma, next one is pi bond. One bond is the sigma bond. Here two bonds will be there. One is first one is pi bond. Next one also sigma bond. Next one is pi. Nothing but middle one is pi. That's sigma. So one thing, listen. Pi bond and sigma bond condition. Sigma bond is strong bond. Pi bond is weak bond. Without forming sigma bond, pi bond is never formed. So compulsory between two atoms, one bond is that is sigma only. After then they have multiple bond, double bond, triple bond is there. Double bond condition. So one is sigma, next one is pi. Triple bond condition. Middle one is sigma bond, remaining two one remaining bonds we can say pi bonds. Okay, na? You can understand. Now listen question how they lost. How many sigma bonds, pi bonds present in each of the following molecules? So they given some molecules. Yes, they will asking how many sigma bonds and how many pi bonds will be there. Like that they will ask. Yes. So listen here. Yes, this compound is there. The first carbon containing how many sigma bonds and pi bonds? Yes. So here, yes. So here, first carbon containing 2 sigma bonds, 2 pi bonds will be there. Next carbon also containing, second carbon containing 2 sigma bond, 2 pi bonds will be there. Next carbon containing all sigma bonds only. Next carbon containing, yes, okay, 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond. Next compound containing all 4 will be sigma bonds. Okay, na? Yes. So like that you can identify. So main that carbon how many bonds will be there? Okay, na? So single bond is there, sigma bond ma. Okay, single bond is there, sigma bond. Single bond is there, sigma bond. Double bond is there. Yes, one is sigma, next one is pi bond. Triple bond is there. Yes, one is sigma, remaining two also pi bonds. Okay, na? Yes. So like that you can count the each of the compound. Next one is, what is the type of hybridization of each carbon in the following compound? Yes. Like one more type question. They will give some compounds. They will ask hybridization of each of the carbon. Okay, na? Yes. Here we have a doubt. How we can identify hybridization? So one thing, listen. Carbon, triple bond is there. I think, but here I will tell you one shortcut table. You can understand easily. I will tell you one shortcut table. You can understand easily. One thing, reason. Yes. So listen here. So here hybridization is given. Sp, sp2, sp3 all three given. So how it will be involving orbitals also given. What is the character of S and P also given. Next one is number of sigma and pi bonds also given, and bond angle also given. What is the orientation also given. So listen here. In sp3 condition, one s orbital, 3 p orbital. S character will be 25%, p character is 75%. Next nature of bonds. sp3 condition all will be sigma bonds, no pi bonds. Nothing but 0 pi bonds will be there, that is sp3 hybridization. So clearly remember. Other better you can take screenshot with this one. This table alone you can take screenshot. Okay, na? This table alone you can take a screenshot. You can take clearly mentioned 0 pi bonds. All sigma bonds will be there. That you can say sp3 hybridization. So bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Tetrahedral geometry is given. Tetrahedral shape also given. sp2 condition. One s orbital, 2 p orbitals will be there. S character will be 33.3%. P character also given 66.6% is given. So here nature of bonds. 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond. So between carbon atoms, 1 pi bond is there. That is sp2 hybridization. Bond angle is 120 degrees. Shape also given. Planar structure is given. Next one is sp condition. One s orbital, one p orbital. So here s character also 50%, p character also 50%. Here we have 2 pi bonds, 1 sigma bond. So based on the pi bonds, you can say the given compound is what is the hybridization. So 0 pi bonds will be the sp3 hybridization. 1 pi bond is given sp2 hybridization. Okay, na? 2 pi bonds will be the sp hybridization. Okay, na? Yes. And they given with respect to s character also given. Next one, bond angle also given. sp condition 120 degrees linear structure. sp2 condition 120 degrees planar structure. Next one, sp3 condition 109 degrees 28 minutes tetrahedrogeometry. sp condition 180 degrees, sorry, and sp condition 180, sp2 condition 120, sp3 condition 109 degrees 28 minutes of given. Next one is greater the s character, greater the s character, lower the energy and thus near to the nucleus, that is orbital is smaller. The order of size, the order of size of different orbitals also given. Yes. One thing you can remember, s character will be increases, electronegativity also increases. S character will be increases, electronegativity also increases will be given. Yeah. Clear ma? So you can identify easily. Yes. What is the sp hybridization? What is the sp2 hybridization? You need to form all, everything is given. Just 1 minute. So based on the today's topic, we are solving two typology questions. So type 1, they're asking how many sigma bonds, pi bonds present in the each of the molecule. So they will provide the one molecule. You can calculate how many sigma bonds, pi bonds. That is one method. Second one is they will provide a compound. You can identify what is the hybridization. Second method. So already we give an explanation clearly how we can identify hybridization. So based on the pi bonds. Okay na? Yes. So listen, two pi bonds will be there. Two pi bond is there. sp. One pi bond is there. sp2. One pi bond is there. sp2. Zero pi bonds will be there. sp3. So based on the pi bonds you can say. Okay na? Yes. So sp, then sp2, then sp3 we have. Okay na? These all points you can remember. Next one, yes. Next one you can check it about structural representation of organic compound. Structural representation of organic compound. Complete connected and bond line structure formulas. So we having bond line structures. Listen here. Structures of organic compounds are represented several methods we have. But the Lewis structure, one more name is dot structures. Next one is dash structures also they given. And condensed structures and bond line structures. So many methods. Again listen, Lewis structures. Lewis dot structures, one more name. First one is Lewis structures one type. Next one is dash structures we have. Next one we have condensed structures we have. Next one we have bond line structures we have. Yes. So around how many types we have? 4 types. Lewis dot structures, dash structures, condensed structures. Next one we have bond line structures is there. Bond line. Okay na? Yes. That, however, can be simplified by representing the electron covalent bonds, like dots will be there, dot symbols. Dot symbols will be there. Covalent bond by dash, like 2 electrons will be there. There will be sharing of electrons will be there. There will be form one bond. Such type of structural formula focus on the electrons involved in bond formation. Next one is a single dash represented. A single bond or double bond is used for the and triple bond also. So lone pair of electrons on hetero atoms. For example, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, halogens may or may not be shown. Thus, ethane, ethene, ethane, methanol can be represented by the following structures given. So these all are can call what you can say Lewis structures will be there. So ethane, ethene, ethane, methanol also. Next one is the structural formula can be further how they saying further they represented dashes representing that is indicating the number of identical groups attached to the atom. So they given about how it was there, and they given the resulting expression of the compounds is called condensed structural formula also given. So they given, look at here, ethane, ethene, ethane, methanol. So those compounds first we can represent dot symbols. So based on the Lewis dot symbols we studied in chemical bonding chapter. After then those dots you can made up of like there will be sharing nothing but forming covalent bonds. Yes, solid lines will be formed. Next one. So how many type of structures will be there? First one is Lewis dot structures. Next one we have solid structures will be there. Next one is we have bond structures will be there. So next one is condensed type of structures will be there. Many types. Dash structures, Lewis structures, bond line structures, condensed type will be there. Similarly, we can further condense it to the like many organic compounds also they given like carbon and hydrogen. How it was represented? They will be represented zigzag fashion. Zigzag, like same type the representation. The only atoms specifically written are oxygen and chlorine, nitrogen. The terminals donate methyl group. So terminals containing what is there? Methyl group. Very very important. Don't confuse. Terminals will be their end point compulsory can represent methyl group can represent. Terminal condition can represent methyl group. The only atom specifically written are oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen will be there. While the line junctions donate carbon atoms bonded to, like how it was representation will be there. You can check it here. So representation of various compounds will be there. So this is the zigzag method that you can say condensed type of structures. So various ways for the representing 2-bromobutane. Yes, 2-bromobutane. Like you can write many methods also. Next one is in cyclic compound formulas as follows. How is representation? So cyclic compound condition, how their representation will be there. This also can check it like bond formation is there. Next one is look at a question of the law. Expand each of the following condensed formulas into their complete structure formula. Yeah. So the given condensed formula type of structure, you can write down complete structure, but bond line you can represent. That is one method. Okay, na? Condensed to bond line. This is condensed method. Question answer is bond line structure. Next one is for each of the following compound written a condensed formula and also their bond line formula. So condensed formula is given. You are writing bond line formula is there. Yeah. Condensed formula, bond line formula. This is bond line type. So expanded the each of the following bond line formula to show the including carbon and hydrogen also. Sometimes they including carbon and hydrogens also. The bond line formulas. So understood? This is bond line type of structures. This is condensed type of structures. So you know what is the condensed structure? You know what is the bond line structure? You know what is the Lewis structure? You know what is the Lewis dot structures also. So Lewis structure, Lewis dot structure, condensed structure. Next one is bond line structure. Okay, na? Next we have dash type structures also there. That also I will explain. Last one. After then we stop. Okay, na? Yes. Look at here. The three-dimensional representation of organic compound. Look at here. The 3-dimensional condition, 3D geometry, how they represent it, 3D. So here, using certain bonds, what is there? Using solid line. Next one is a dash line. Dash line with dotted center. Dash. This is dash line. This is solid line. But you can say wedge formula type. So the 3D image of molecule from 2-dimensional picture can be providing this formulas in the solid edges type. Solid edges will be there. So look at here this compound. So here one is dash lines will be there. Next one is solid line is there. Solid line meaning is bonds towards the carbon. Dash line nothing but away from the carbon. Away from the carbon towards the carbon. Nothing but one is near to the carbon. Next one is away from the carbon. So solid line nothing but bond is towards the observer. Again, yes, those things you can follow. So total we have studied 4 type of bonds be there. This is a dash edge type of dash edge condition. They represented solid lines, yes, wedge and dash method. Wedge and dash representation. This is methane type of. So CH4 is there. That is a condenser method. Next one is you can represent it with the help of solid line, that is bond lines. Next one you can represent with help of dot symbols also there. Yes, that is do it dot symbols. Next one you can represent it about dash edge type of. Yes, understood my student? All types. Yes. Any doubt we have, student? Okay. Now I will ask questions based on today's topic. Okay, na? Now I'll ask questions based on today's topic. Yes. Akash. Akash.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you say the definition of hydrocarbon? Can you say the definition of hydrocarbons?
So the
What is the
compound
meaning
which
of?
hydrogen and carbon compound, sir.
Yes. The compounds containing carbon and hydrogen, you can say hydrocarbons. Very good. Next one.